I am of this view. I think that schizoaffective disorder, schizoid personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic, to a large extent antisocial, and so on, they are all centered around a schizoid core, but these personality disorders are positive adaptations to the schizoid core, and they prevent schizophrenia. The only thing standing between a personality disordered person and psychosis is his disorder. The disorder, the personality disorder, protects the patient from becoming psychotic, protects the patient, defends the patient against schizophrenia. If the patient were to come into contact with his or her schizoid core, they would have been rendered psychotic or schizophrenic. The personality disorder is an adaptation intended to prevent precisely this development. So, schizophrenia in Claridge's model is a breakdown. And he said, in itself, schizophrenia has a graded continuum. And he said, okay, we can place schizotypal personality disorder on one end and schizophrenia on the other, but we should not confuse the two spectra. We should not confuse the two issues. There is schizotypy, which is normal, distributed in all the population, and its abnormal manifestations are various personality disorders and schizoaffective disorders. And then we have separately a continuum of schizophrenia. At one end of which is schizotypal personality disorder, and at the other is schizophrenia, and that's the model I adhere to. It's fully dimensional because not only is the personality trait of schizotypy continuously graded, but the independent continuum of the breakdown of processes is also graded. It's all non-categorical. The fully dimensional approach argues that full-blown psychosis is not just high schizotypy, but must involve other factors that make it qualitatively different. Pathological, there's a differential diagnosis. And I fully agree. Narcissists, borderlines, psychopaths, histrionics, paranoids, schizoids, schizotypals, they're all on the schizotypy model. When their traits intermix with schizotypy, the results are personality disorders. And personality disorders are the defenses which evolved over time, mainly in childhood, to isolate the patient, to isolate the person from ultimate schizophrenia and psychosis. They are anti-psychotic medication personality disorders, the anti-psychotic defenses. And now you understand why the patient is so invested in his personality disorder, why it's almost impossible to heal and cure and reverse personality disorders, with the exception perhaps of borderline and dependent personality disorders. Why? Because it's the only thing separating the patient from total, unmitigated, all-encompassing, all-pervasive, raving madness.